Okay, hopefully this is working. Like to jump on here a few minutes early, just to make sure everything's working okay. Now, while I'm doing this, you guys let me know if you can hear me. I will open the chat. There we go. Well, we got 2 minutes before we start. Something went wrong with the chat. Reload. Hooray! Chat is now working. Okay. All right, we'll write that down. Again, you guys let me know if you can hear me okay. I would appreciate that. Let's see where I'm at here. Aha. Let's refresh this page. And see what's going on. Aha, there we go. There we go. Edit the page. Like I said, I like to get on here a little early. Ava says, sounds good. Sounds good. Hi, everyone. All right. Thank you, Ava. And we got about a minute to go, so I'll get all set up here. Whoops. I almost shared that to the wrestling page, Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. So, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to save this and we'll start the show. All right. Looking good. And here we go. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Thank you for joining another week for Chiller Night Live Pre-Show. And this is the last one of 2019. This is it. This is it, folks. Hope you had a great 2019. We'll be talking about that a little later. So, ringers off. Okay, I'll do that. And Cassandra says, hi everyone. Hey Cassandra, thanks for joining us. Ava says, hi everyone. All right. Good, good. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, everything appears to be working well. Tom says, I don't see a party. No, well, I saw that last night. Now, where I got confused was they put the right date on there, but every Saturday, it's pretty sure every year we've gone to that particular party, it's been on a Saturday night. So I could be wrong. I don't think I am. But that's what kind of threw me off. When I was looking at it last week, I wasn't actually looking at the day. So I was pretty sure it was going to be tonight. But alas, it was not. So here we are. Here we are again, once again together. All right. So that's good. Everything worked out. Now, I'd like to start off by thanking Stream TV, of course, up here, Stream TV. Every Saturday night, they give me a nice little bracket of time to run a Chiller Night programming, Chiller Night Theater, and Chiller Chat. So thank you to Stream TV. And also to Chop Block TV. It's right over here, CBTV Horror Network. And you can look them up on butchermedia.com. That's butchermedia.com. So we want to thank them for their support, as well as Paranormal Warehouse, and you can reach them at paranormalwarehouse.com. Again, these are the different pages and sites that are supporting Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat, so they support me, and I encourage you to support them as well, and we appreciate that. Corpus says, greetings, Corpus, glad you could join us. All right, so here we are. All right. Should I dare? Do I dare? put the schedule up before Brad jumps on here with the customary weekly intro. I'll give him a few more seconds, but just a few more. All right. Then we'll jump to the schedule. Now tonight's a little different. You'll see this when I have the schedule up if you haven't already. Tonight's the first time we've actually had 7 different programs playing in one night. We've done 6 before. I don't think we've ever done 7. I think this is the very first time. So, all right. You know what? Here's the schedule. I'm going to put it up. All right. Tonight on Tom says, did we see the opening? Yes. Yes, I did play that right sharply and promptly at 8 o'clock. So we did see the opening. All right, at 9 p.m. Did we? Pretty sure we did, right? Let me make sure that's working, right? All right. Yeah. We saw that. That was planned. Okay. All right. I lost the schedule. Here we go. Okay, 9 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time. The Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Plan 9 from Outer Space. All right, that's the classic from Ed Wood. And then at 10:30, a little different tonight. I'm trying to eliminate a lot of that gap time in between the shows. So at 10:30, I have an episode of Chiller Chat. My guest is Kerry Haggard. He'll be talking about his book Traveler and about a UFO crash in Aurora, Texas in the 1800s. And 11 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. We go back to Chiller Night Theater at 11. The movie is The Ape. And at 12:15 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Tops Paranormal. And at 12:45, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Atom Age Vampire. At 2:30 a.m. Now, between Atom Age Vampire and Chiller Chat, I think there's about a 10-minute gap there. So I think that's the only gap we have tonight as far as any time, like, 10, 15 minutes or something like that. And then 2:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Phil Wilson. And then at 3 a.m., to close off the night, we have another Chiller Chat with Stan Gordon. So this is a little different, something a little different. I'm just trying new things. So we'll see if everyone likes that. If you like that, let me know. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to eliminate some of the gap time in between the shows. Haven't really thought about it before because I, was so accustomed to a set schedule, but maybe this is a solution. Doesn't have to be, but maybe it is. We'll see. And then Corpus says, "Where's Brad?" I don't know. That's I don't know where he's at. But I just don't feel right saying that the opening without him. So maybe he'll jump on here a little later. Maybe. Hey, maybe he just figured we weren't having a show, because I did kind of say that last week. I said we'll let you know, and maybe I'm the blame. I don't know. So Tom says he's beyond us. Yes. I hope he's not too beyond us. All right. So anyways, that is the schedule for tonight. Now Thursday, we didn't have a Thursday night watch party because of the holidays and I'm sure everyone was out doing their thing even on Thursday, the day after Christmas. But we do have one coming up on January 2nd. This coming Thursday we do. So Corpus, if you'd like to make that announcement for the Thursday night watch party, and I know there's a few seconds delay there, so what I'll do in the meantime, if you're new here watching tonight, we have a Facebook group page. Tom says because Corpus overslept. Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's up to Corpus to say. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, if you're new here, we have a Facebook group page. It's called Chiller Night, not Chiller Night Theater, not Chiller Night anything else, just Chiller Night. So get on that, request to be approved to be a member, and every Thursday night at 8 p.m. we will have a watch party, and that's led by Corpus Christine. She picks out the movie and she moderates that throughout the watch party. Aha! Tom says lag on here is much less than it used to be. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that. Corpus says, yes, our feature movie this Thursday is. There's my drum roll. If you can't tell, that's what I'm trying to do. All right, we're anxious. New Year's Evil. Haha. All right, there you have it, folks. That's our this coming Thursday on January 2nd. Corpus is going to present New Year's Evil. All right, so join us then at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And just a lot of fun. If you can make it, that's really cool. And Tom says, apropos, I'm not sure what that is. Fragile must be one of those Italian words. But Thursday movie is New Year's Evil. All right, so thank you, Corpus. We appreciate that. Apropos, I don't know what that is. what do you mean? Cassandra says, I love it, New Year's Evil. All right, well, while I'm waiting, I don't know if Tom, if you're going to elaborate, then please do. But anyways, in the meantime, let's see. Like I said, this is the last pre-show of 2019. Hope you guys all had a really good 2019. We certainly did here. We'll go over some of the highlights of the year and some of the things I'm kind of anticipating, or at least rolling around in my head for doing in 2020. So we'll see. Am I going to do a haunted house, for example? I think so. I probably will. As crazy as that even sounds to me right now, I probably will. You know. Okay. Tom, here's apropos. Apropos. What? Apropos. Okay. Adverb fitting. At the right time, to the purpose, opportunely. Okay. All right. So there we got confirmation, or not even confirmation. We got a definition of what that is. All right. So looking back here, the lag on here is much yes. Okay. And Corpus is appropriate. Oh. Now that that I understand. Okay. You got to keep it simple for me, folks. And then Cassandra says, Gross Fest. That's right. That was something I was going to mention too, is Gross Fest. We had a good time with Gross Fest, and I know that's coming up again in 2020. Haven't been, hitting that too hard just because it's so far away. But we will be, obviously, we'll be covering that and leading up to that as well. Todd Cook says, hey, everyone. Hey, Todd, thanks for joining us. And Corpus says, oops, my spelling. Hey, no problem. And then Tom says 1660 to 70, French apropos, literally to purpose. Okay, I'll take your word for that, because I'm not about to fire up my Google right now. I could lose everything. It's a dire situation here on my end, on this side of the keyboards, because if it could go wrong, it's going to go wrong. So I'll just take your word for that. All right, so good to know. The more you know, the more you know. So anyways, all right. So one of the things that I did do, Ava and I, we started watching the streaming channels like Shudder, the Shudder channel, which if you don't have that, it's and I have a pretty good feeling you guys probably enjoy horror movies. I'm sure you wouldn't be here. Wow, what a neat channel. Shudder is really fantastic. We got it originally just to watch Creepshow, the Creepshow series. And there's just so much on that channel that if you love horror movies, I strongly recommend you get that if you get a chance. It's well worth it. I think it's so much better than anything Netflix has on there. So there's that, and that was really cool. And another thing is, I never thought I'd be saying this, but Disney Plus. That channel to me, I mean, my appeal to that channel, you've heard me ramble about this over the last several weeks, was from the show The Mandalorian. It just wrapped up its final episode. It had 8 episodes for season 1. They just wrapped that up yesterday. It's the last episode until next fall. That's the only bad thing, is we got to wait till next fall to see season 2. But I somehow feel that it will definitely be worth it, because season 1 was just outstanding. I loved it. All I can say is wow. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's well worth it. So check it out. Check it out if you get a chance. Tom says you can't lose anything to Google. They already own it all. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. And then Corpus says, oh my God, I still haven't watched that doc you were talking about, Brian. Oh, the Smoke and Mirrors, the one about Tom Savini. Is that which one you're talking about? That was really informative. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, I've known, not personally, but I've known who Tom Savini is, of course. I mean, anybody who knows horror movies, I'm sure you know, or at least have heard of Tom Savini. And if you, for some reason, I can't imagine how, but if for some reason that name is not familiar to you, you definitely you definitely know the movies he's been involved with. So the Friday 13th movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, From Dusk Till Dawn, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Just look them up. Google that name, and you will be thoroughly impressed. But there's a lot of stuff on there. I've had Tom Savini on, years ago, but I've had him on my show before as a guest. I've had him as a guest to my haunted house. Would he know who I am? Probably not. I'm sure he, knows tons and tons of people, and I'm sure my name wouldn't stand out. But I did know enough about the guy that where I kind of thought, but there's a lot of stuff in there about, that he was talking about his personal life growing up that I just found very amazing. I had no idea. That was really interesting stuff. So, if you get a chance to check that out, do that. I would encourage you. Cassandra says, I'm wearing my t-shirt right now. Wearing it at Grows Fest 2020. All right, cool. Oh, that's neat. And I have mine on, and you can see I'm moving like this because I think you might be able to see some of the background still behind me, because of the green. I'm chroma keying. I mean, if I were chroma keying, I'm not. I'm sitting out here in the dark domain, risking my life to share the chiller spirit with you. So, but anyways, you don't just have to get it in black. You can get it in. I have this picture still in the queue. Oh, bam! There's Ava with her pink Chiller Night Theater t-shirt. So you can get it in a wide array of colors, and they even have hoodies and different things like that. So it's really cool. If you're wondering where in the world to even get that stuff, you can just go to chillernighttheater.com, chillernighttheater.com, and just go to, at the very end, you go to the store. Now, if you go to the store, go to that page there and click on that, and I have links that'll take you to where you need to go to get this stuff if you are interested in getting it. So, Corpus is available. Not really. They are being horrible about communication. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed some of this stuff here. Corpus is still at the hotel. Oh, no. That's too bad. You're still at the hotel. Oh, no. Ava, and then Ava says, any idea when you'll be back in your place? That's, okay, now I'm catching up. Sorry. Okay, available. Not really. They are being horrible about communication. Oh, that's too bad. Corpus. John says, hello from New Jersey. Hey, John, thanks for joining us. And then Corpus says, not available. My typing tonight. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that's too bad. Well, we hope you get back into your house soon and they get everything fixed up for you. And I'd mentioned the Mandalorian. I was talking about that. I had mentioned that briefly. Of course, from Lucasfilms, Star Wars universe. Speaking of that, The Rise of Skywalker came out last week. So I don't know if any of you made it out to see it, but if you did, just without giving any spoilers, let us know if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, whatnot. But kind of curious. I've been hearing some people's um, review of that, so I think I'll probably wait for that to come on either Disney Plus or I'm sure it's not going to go to Netflix now that Disney Plus has their own channel. So don't really see myself going to the theater to see that one, but you never know. It might be a good movie. Now, some of the highlights we were talking about, or I'd mentioned about 2019. This is the last show of the year for the Chiller Night Live pre-show, and some of the highlights in 2019 for here at Chiller Night would be, well, one of the things is, I just mentioned a little bit ago, the Chiller Night group Facebook page. That is new. I mean, new as far as this year. We just started that this year. And so that was kind of a neat little addition. And let's see. And Corpus leads that up. And speaking of Corpus, she says, I need suggestions on where to dispose a body just in case I'm still here at the hotel next week. Okay, well, maybe if somebody has any suggestions, I strongly recommend that you maybe private message Corpus on that. Don't know. Hope that helps. Tom says, I want to see the Chiller Night blooper reel. Oh my gosh, that is so weird that you mentioned that. I was actually going to, sometimes I throw little videos on here. I was going to throw a blooper on here just for the heck of it. I was thinking, because we used to, when we had Saturday Night Live, Sleepy, what? We had Sleepy Hollow Theater. Every once in a while we'd throw the bloopers on at the end. And I was actually thinking of taking one from what is the name of the movie? Gosh, I don't even remember the name of the movie. But it was a fun episode to do. Everyone was just it was a pretty silly evening when we were taping it. We had lots of bloopers and Terror Creatures from Beyond the Grave, I think, was the name of the movie. But at the end of that one, I was actually thinking about throwing that on tonight. So that's not a bad idea. I was maybe we'll throw bloopers on at the end of the episodes from now on. I don't know. Might be kind of fun. Tom says, ask Alexa, Corpus. And then Corpus is hushing up with the little icons there. Tom says, next year you can include trying to pronounce the French word proper. No, I don't know if I can, and I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right now because I just gave up halfway through. So I don't know if I want to put that on my list for 2020 goals. Maybe. I can't say. Too early to commit to that right now. But anyways, so that was a new thing this year for 2019 for the Chiller Night. Another thing that was new was the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights. We did 6 episodes of live Chiller Night theaters right here, just like we're doing right now. It was on Facebook and YouTube, our Chiller Night Theater Facebook and YouTube channels, pages. And I'm going to get to that a little bit later on because I want to kind of see what do you guys want to see? And I'm throwing some things around in my head. I just want to make sure I don't get too overwhelmed and end up not doing any of them. If I get too much on my plate, then it's just I get too bogged down, and realistically, I can't keep up. So just like I'm sure you all have the same. So, you got your job, you got your family, you got everything, and then to throw other things on top of that is certainly is hard to do. It's hard to keep up with, you know. And you got the real world knocking at your door, you know, and you're trying to do these other things like the various shows that, you know, uh, we've had over the years, and just this haunted house, for example, that was a big thing. It shouldn't have been near as much of a production. And speaking of that, that's another thing I did, the Harrisville haunted house, and I have a sample video. I had made a videotaped when I was there working on it, you know, set up and some of the nights when we were actually in operation, and then the tear down, which I just really got done tearing it down on the 20th of this month. Not that it took me that long to tear it down, but I was asked to keep some of the walls up for light up night here in Harrisville. So Santa Claus, this is kind of funny. I had to tear down the walls like in one corner because of all the bloody handprints. I thought it would have been kind of cool if Santa would have been sitting there, kind of a visual deterrent to the kids to be nice, you know. But anyways, but I had to tear down certain walls, and then the wind. We had a windstorm that tore a lot of walls down. But and then it was just a matter of me getting a truck. Something that simple kept me from for almost a month, you know, from being able to complete tearing that stuff down and putting it in storage. So it was a lot of just a lot of headaches. But I've got some time to figure out how I want to do that. But anyways, I was doing a video documentation of the entire process. So I'm going to compile all that into one video, you know, knock out some of the boring stuff and just kind of put it together in a nice little story from A to Z and put that out there and make that available. So that'll be something I just work on here and there throughout the next few months maybe. So we'll see how that goes. I've done nothing pretty much since I've took like half the month of December off. So I've just been kind of recharging a little bit. I've been just enjoying being lazy and doing nothing and not, you know, doing any side tasks or anything else. I just needed, you know, to relax a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying that. And Cassandra said, you said Alexa and woke up my Alexa. Her ring lit up. Okay. And then Tom says, I muted mine before I typed it. Really? It does that? That's kind of cool. And then Alexa the Creeper Corpus says, yeah, it sounds like it. That is kind of creepy. Something's always listening to you, you know? But anyways, Gross Fest, that was another new thing. At least for me, that was the first time I went to Gross Fest. And I'm hoping that if you guys get a chance to go to Gross Fest this coming summer, it's not until summer, so I know at some point I'll be, you know, certainly hitting the highlights of that and sharing that information with you as far as where that will be and when. They have all that information right now. Obviously, they have, if you go to their Facebook page or their website, you can find all that information out as far as the guests and stuff like that. I know I'll be there, David and Diana, Sylvia, and of course, Ava, and I don't know if Samantha will be there again. We'll certainly check with her. Like I said, it's really early, so I haven't been hitting you guys up with that just because it's so far away. What is that? I think it's in July again, I think. So, sounds right. But it's a couple days long this year, so that's kind of cool. And Corpus says that's a good thing. Recharging, yes, I've been a little lazy. Just enjoying the holidays, you know. And then Cassandra says, oh yeah, she listens. That's kind of weird. Tom says, how's Sam doing on the new Chiller Night Theater episode segments? I'm not sure yet. I asked her, I told her, like, she was saying she was going to work on that stuff, and I said, well, it's up to you. I'm going to enjoy the holidays, and, you know, I certainly hope you do, and, you know, my recommendation is you don't even do anything till afterwards. That's just me. just because I know how I am. I just wanted to rest. So I don't know. I don't know if she's working on that yet, or if she isn't, or if she kind of has an idea and she's going to hit it after the holidays. That's I'm not real sure. So Corpus says, White Russians for me tonight. Well, that's a way of relaxing, that's for sure. And I don't know about recharging, but relaxing anyways. So, all right, cool. Cassandra says, Samantha needs to be there. I miss her so much. Yeah, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's planning on it. I would imagine, I assume so. So we'll have to get her there. And I want to have more things like the Chiller Night book, there at Gross Fest. And I had all these ideas at the haunted house to have these available and stuff. And then there's, I don't know if you're aware of this, you might not be, and I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but I wasn't going to be Jack Shadow at this haunted house, but it turned, personally, it was going to be done in a different way. But there just weren't enough people there, so my hands were kind of tied when it came to that, so I just took over that first room and was there physically, except for, and here's another 2019 highlight, the Midnight Monster Party. Except for that was the one night that I couldn't be there. It was back on like Friday the 18th of October, where Jack Shadow went down to the Midnight Monster Party in Pittsburgh and was part of that benefit fundraiser. So Dave and Diane Sylvia, of course, were there as well, raising money for the Autism Speaks. So that was neat. That was a neat addition to the activities and things. The highlights of 2019 for Chiller Night. Let's see, did I miss anything? Another neat thing. It didn't come to be, but it was kind of neat to go down to WPXI and be given a tour of them, and just to be having that dialogue with them about having Chiller Night Theater on their station, because they were even talking about putting the old theme music to Chiller Theater on. I mean, this really had me excited, because I really wanted to see that happen, and we were going to be starting the show up in May, and then I thought that'd be neat, because that's when I started this show. That's when I first started horror hosting, and it just turned out to where that it didn't work out this time around, and so maybe somewhere down the road it will. I don't know. We'll see how things go in 2020. I have some things here I'll get to, and I'll ask you guys what you think, because if I don't get your opinion, then a lot of this stuff is useless, because this is who I'm doing this stuff for. So you guys maybe tell me what you think when I get to it. Just some different ideas. Cassandra says, so good, although I love Black Russians. Oh, the White Russians, yeah. It's all what you prefer. Corpus says, Cassandra, excellent as well. And then Cassandra says, hi, Larry. Well, hi, Larry. Thanks for joining us. Corpus says, the Dragula car was there, right? Yeah, that was kind of neat. The Dragula car from the Monsters series. I think it was the grandpa's drag car. It was just a coffin with the big wheels and the big, huge engine. So that was kind of neat. Jack Shadow had his picture taken with that. So, and you guys did. I know you guys were out there taking pictures, and that was a fun night. Cassandra says, yes, it was so cool. And Corpus says, oh my gosh, I wish I'd been able to go. Would have loved to have seen you guys and checked out that car. Well, maybe we'll get a chance to meet you at Gross Fest in 2020. Maybe. So try to, if you get a chance to clear your calendar, or anybody who lives in the Pittsburgh area. I know Corpus lives far enough away from the Pittsburgh area, but if you do live in the Pittsburgh area, Washington, PA. Is that where they're having it this year? I'm not even sure. Terrence, Tom, either of you guys are watching, or Tim, let me know. And then Cassandra says, I hope there's another monster party. I'm sure there will be. Corpus says, oh, I already read that. Tom says, when is Gross Fest? That I don't know. I'd have to look on their page, to be honest with you, because like I said, I think it's in July. If somebody can look that up, that's cool. But I'm always afraid to look things up when I'm on here because I don't want to hit the wrong button. Cassandra says, everyone come to Gross Fest. It is so much fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, okay, possibilities coming in 2020. I'm rolling some ideas around. What time is it? Holy cow, 8:33. This time goes so quick. But, okay, I'm rolling some ideas around. You guys tell me what you think. Probably can't commit to anything right now until I kind of see which direction I want to take this. The Friday Night Frights, the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights. Did you guys enjoy that? Did you like the live Jack Shadow presentation? Did you enjoy that? Because I would like to. I'm considering starting that back up again. And if I do start that back up again, should I do it once a month? Should I do it, should I try to do it more often than that? Should it be a weekly thing? Like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what would kind of reel in new viewers. Something like that might. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I personally, the reason I ask you this is because I've always wanted Chiller Night Theater to be a live show. I like that idea. There's something, there's more of a, I don't know, there's more of a pulse here, when you're doing something live. There's more of a, I don't know, a bit of a thrill or something, it's new, it's now, it's happening right here, I'm talking to Tom. Tom's trying to teach me French words. Corpus is talking about hiding dead bodies, and, we have this nice little chat, and but it's fun. There's something a lot more fun about doing something live, And as fun as it is with Jack Shadow and that, I still be doing the studio presentations. But if you want to see more Friday Night Frights, let me know. I don't see doing that on a Saturday night necessarily. I mean, maybe someday, but Ava, if she goes on second shift, then that's even now, that's the only night that we would, one of the only nights we have together on a weekend night. So, let me know what you think. I'm kind of, I don't have to have every answer right now, but I am kind of just throwing things out there. What do you want to see? Do you have any ideas? Chiller chat. That's another thing. It'd be so easy for me to, for the most part, to do this as a weekly show. And I put a poll out there, what night of the week. Tuesday night seemed to win, but like that would be in a night where I could have viewers. And then I take that show, chop it up, edit it, and send it to Stream TV, which will be the feature episode of like the Saturday night after that. So I don't know. Let's see. Corpus says, yes, this time there will be no confusion with friends visiting. All right, cool. Tom says it was only 7-3 here. 7 Sun 3. What? Here, so you have plenty of time. Okay. Corpus said, the face in the middle is throwing me off. Corpus says, love Friday Night Frights. Cassandra said, July 25th through 26th, George Washington Hotel in Washington, PA. Okay, that's Gross Fest this coming summer. Tom says, Friday Night Frights is a lot to take on every week. It is, yeah. And if I weren't doing, other things, this is where I would like that to be a weekly thing eventually. That's where I would like this to be. The thing is making that happen. That's what Chiller Theater was. It was a weekly show. It was live. Of course, there's a lot of above and beyond, to all this that would be. But I certainly have to focus on what the objective is, what you guys want, even if it is a lot, and it is. you're right, it is a lot. But if that's what I thought people wanted, and if I thought that that's what would bring in the viewers, you know, then I've done a lot of things that were that seemed overwhelming at the time, but I don't know. It's kind of my thing too, though. I mean, the horror thing and the chiller thing, and if that's what I felt that people wanted to see, I would definitely consider it. I don't know how right now, as I'm sitting here talking to you, I don't know how I'd make that happen, but I would think of it. I'd sit and try to figure it out. If it turned out I couldn't, okay. But if that's what I thought that you wanted, I would sit there and at least roll it around in my head. How could I make that happen? What would it take for me to make that happen? And if it turned out I could do something like that, I would try it. If it turned out to where that just wasn't going to be a thing, that's fine. If it turned out to where, the first Friday of every month, was a bit more realistic, okay, that's fine. Um, just I like the feedback, so that's cool. Bob Book says hello. Hey Bob, thanks for joining us. Corpus says hiya Bob. Tom says hail silent Bob, who is silent no more. No, Bob has thrown off the silence and and joined us here loud and clear on Facebook. Bob says hail. Cassandra says, Corpus, you should be in my new film. Then you have to be at the Kiss of Death table at Grossfest to help promote the film. Oh, there you go. Tom says, you may need to get someone to help with the live engineering on a frequent FRF. I'm sure there's a limit to what you can do with limited vision. You need to get someone to help the live engineering. Oh yeah. I thought about that. Like even with the going through the OBS, for example, how cool it would be to have somebody else running that. As I'm sitting here right now, I have to reach over and click the button for you to see that. So I mean, so it'd be kind of neat if somebody else is controlling that. And I wondered about that. Can somebody control that from a different computer? As long as they have my my information to log on, and I already have stuff loaded in the queue, and they are hitting this as Jack is presenting the movie and all that stuff. So that's something I'd really have to get with somebody who could get familiar with OBS, and I could really get super synced with them, get on the same page. So it's not impossible, not impossible. And Tom says, oh my God, I was so see a movie with Corpus in it. Where's that credit card? All right, Corpus says, so you start work on it? When do you start work on it? Yeah, that's right. Guys, we're doing the Nocturnal web series. Don't know if you're still working on new episodes or not, but that was a lot of fun to see those. And I know Ava and Samantha took part in some of that. Let's see. Cassandra says, we are currently in production. Well, there you go. That's an idea. You could sit right in the middle. You could sit with them. You could sit right in the middle, because you could even have you on there for the Chiller Night group page. Because our tables are right there beside each other anyway, so you could be either or there or with it. Be with both of us. All right, so that would be a lot of fun, though. I hope you do get a chance to come there. And anybody else watching, if you're in that area, again, I'll be pelting you with information as the time gets near. But just know that will be coming up in July. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. But possibilities coming in 2020, like I said, the Friday Night Frights. Something really cool about that. I liked it. Another thing was the chiller chats. Like I said, to have live guests. I still haven't figured out how to get the Skype working. I probably had, did I have enough time so far in my vacation to do that? Yeah, but I've just been like, I really been just laying low and just like enjoying this time, you know. So, uh, I probably could have figured it out by now, but we'll get to that eventually. Right now, it is working though. I put the phone up here, and we have the picture of the guest up there, but I still have that. I would like Chiller Chat to be, yeah, I wanted to cover all the things we've been doing, but I also wanted to delve into more, that paranormal, UFOs, and stuff like that, the cryptozoology. Yeah, it rolls right off the tongue. But I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I have some guests lined up. Um, and so I'll hit January doing some live chiller chats. I need to get more chiller chats. Kind of playing a lot of the same ones over and over again. So my most recent one was with Phil Wilson, and as you know, you've heard me talking about that. I absolutely love doing that episode. It's so cool talking to Phil. And Corpus says, oh, Cassandra says, yes, I love it. She will be there with both of us. Yeah, because we were right beside each other anyway, so that'd be a lot of fun, And Corpus says, hit me up with the details and your time frame for completion. Sounds like a wicked good time. Oh, for the movie, yeah. Tom says, you should really look at that Zoom L8 mixer though. I can see how it'd be a real asset to podcasting type shows like this. That would be so neat. That would be so cool. That really looked neat what you sent me there. And I looked at that and thinking, yeah, it probably is what I need. I guess what I if I could just get the guest, like a video of the guest up there as well, that'd be really cool. But it sounds like that's a lot, certainly more sophisticated, with the audio and the different tracks and stuff than me putting my cell phone up to the snowball mic. Right now, I mean, that stuff's working, but, it would be nice to have some professional equipment like that, to add to the shows. Al says, hi, Cassandra lost track of time and almost missed a show. Hey, Al, thanks for joining us. Tom says, I want a signed 8x10. There you go. Corpus says, you got it, Corpus. Oh, Cassandra says, you got it, Corpus. Tom says, it's just a further step up. It need to solve more problems than it creates. Yes, that's true. That's true. And another thing, like for example, for the haunted house, like this year, I bought some things that I was going to incorporate effects wise in the haunted house. Well, they ended up, I was working so hard on that as far as, construction and stuff, that I really didn't have the time to put into figuring that stuff out. So there was some lost opportunity there with incorporating some, some neat effects that I really wanted to, that I will have to wait. And if I do it in 2020, which I'm sure I will, at least I'm planning on it, then I'll get a chance at that time to do that. So speaking of that, I do have a few little short clips. It's like a minute and 40 seconds of just a few, there's like 3 little samples of what I'm talking about when I say the haunted house video that I'm putting together. Now, this isn't going to be a complete segment out of the haunted house documentary. All it is a couple little scenes that I just threw together today to give you an idea of some of the things, and that some of the things that I was doing and going through as I was doing this haunt. But I'll let you see that. Like I said, it's a minute 40 seconds. It'll be a very important minute and 40 seconds. Probably if you watch it, it'll change your life for the better. And well, you'll see. All right, I'll play that, and just a little taste of what's to come. Can't make it, so I'm just going to keep working on putting walls up in the canvas part, and we'll see how it goes. This is well, if I had an extra set of hands, which occasionally I do, occasionally people come and give me a hand, but if I would have had a steady extra set of hands throughout this construction process, I'd been done by now. I can fill a 50 by 100 building in the amount of time I've been working, but yeah, it's a tough process to do when you're working by yourself and you're trying to set up walls, and it's tough. So okay, what I'm doing now is I'm cutting actor doors out. That means that they're not for the public, they're not 3 feet wide, they're not wheelchair accessible, they are for actors to be able to maneuver throughout the internal structure of the haunt and get to where they need to get to quickly. So
be warned, the scares begin back up again at 6 later that evening for a regular haunted house. 20% of all ticket sales benefit Heddersfield Borough, so come out, get scared, have fun, and help support the community at the Heddersfield Haunted House. Don't worry, we'll leave the frights on for you.
And that was just a little shred of that entire process from A to Z. There will be highlights and lowlights, but you know, it'll give you a little taste of what that entire process for me was. You know, some of it was very frustrating, and some of it, of course, was very rewarding. It's got you know, it's like anything. A job, a vacation, any type of thing. It's got its ups and downs, certainly, but or even like with this show, not this one, but like the Chiller Night Theater and stuff. You know, it's fun and frustrating, and there's a lot to it, you know. But if there weren't more fun to it, obviously I wouldn't waste my time. You know, I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it so much. So, and it's the same with the haunted house. So, but that's just me, kind of like a lot of it was just me. You know, sometimes it'd be Ava, and sometimes there would be other people there. Not often, but you know, a lot of it's just me, like kind of like talking and talking about the process from A to Z, and then I'll probably show some of the like. You know, like the model, like I built it all out in a model before I actually went over and did the construction. But it was a lot to it. And then Tom says Superman. Yeah, I almost wrote Green Goblin too. That was the second shirt I had on. But I definitely can't wear that one here. I've tried it. You'll see right through me. Tom says, how about showing some Kiss of Death film on Chiller Night Theater, or are they too saucy? They're a little risque sometimes, Tom. You'll have to check those out and see what you think. But that's okay. Everything has its time and place. Corpus says, Brian, you're just showing off your shirts. Yeah, that's... Yes. I like showing off my superhero and horror shirts. Bob says, that's awesome. I had a blast working there. Yeah, that was. It's funny to me, like looking back on some of these old, you know, not old, when I can't, how old can they be? It was within the year. But, you know, when you're going back to like that first couple days, you know, or even a month into the process and seeing, wow, you know, that just seems so strange that, you know, there was a haunted attraction put into this little, you know, it was still under 1,300 square feet of room. Yet I had 10 different rooms. So it was a lot to. It was kind of deceiving from the outside, you know. But once you got in there, it's like, wow, this is really there's a lot to a lot to see in here. Cassandra says maybe Saucy is good. You'll have to check it out. You have to check it out. They have their channel there on YouTube. Tom says you have a model of that haunted house. Yes, yes, I did. I did the floor plan, And oh, it's 8:52. Holy cow, folks! Wow, I did not realize that that it was that late. That's where I, if I did this show like almost like a, I don't know, I wish I could do almost like a podcast type of show, you know, with trailers and stuff like that, movie trailers. And I just think it's so. When I first started doing this, I've mentioned this before. I wondered how in the world am I going to sit here for 5 minutes, 5 minutes and talk, but this with the interaction that is so, you know, that's what did it. And then with that came this, where I'm looking and saying, wow, it's almost 9. But Tom says, anyone knows that this chat feed is really slow to refresh, or is it just me? Oh, really? Well, Tom says you should show the model on one of these Chiller Night Theater pre-shows. I could do that. I almost showed that tonight. I was debating whether to show that because I was showing the video clip and stuff like that. It's a model built out of Bristol board, poster board. And because when I was at the Art Institute for Industrial Design, we did a lot of that stuff. You know, we would do the design of something, the conceptual renderings of it, you know, and then you made a little 3D model of that, you know, whether that was like a little miniature TV set or a clay sculpture or something, you know. It's always first the idea goes onto your thumbnails, and then you know get a more precise drawing or sketch of it, and then you take that and put it into a little model. And that actually helped me so much more than just looking at a floor design, because to me, I got to see it in 3D. I got to see it in 3D and got to say, well, is that really going to work? And I'll tell you what, what I actually ended up building was very, very, very close to what I had model wise. I mean, a lot of measurements were within like 6 to 8 inches difference, and that was it. I mean, it was that, and we were talking about a space, like I say, within 1,300 square feet, and so it was, you know, it ended up being pretty precise what I wanted compared to, you know, what I envisioned to what we got. So, let's see. Tom says, I used to build models of sets. Oh, cool. When I worked in theater back before the Civil War. Okay. Back before the Civil War. Tom says, Saucy is blurry on CNT. Yes, we blur that stuff out. We blur out the sauciness. All right, speaking of Chiller Night Theater, Chiller Night Theater, 9 p.m. coming up in 4 minutes. Folks, that's crazy. 4 minutes. Chiller Night Theater, the movie's Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's just a fun one to see. I don't care who you are. And then 10:30, Chiller Chat, my guest is Kerry Haggard. He's going to be talking about his book, Traveler, about a UFO crash in Texas in the 1890s, I think, if I remember right. And 11 p.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Ape, starring Boris Karloff. 12:15 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Tops Paranormal. And then at 12:45 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Atom Age Vampire. 2:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Phil Wilson. And 3 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Stan Gordon. And we have 7, is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shows there tonight, folks. So I wanted to do something a little different tonight. Tonight's the last show of the year. I wanted to eliminate as much of the gap time in between the shows. Thought that'd be a neat way to do it. Let me know if you like that. Like I say, I just tried different things. You guys let me know what you like or what you might like to see, and I'll see if I can accommodate that. And Cassandra says, hi, Diane. Corpus says, hi, Diane. Tom says, bye, Diane. So Diane must have been here and there, here and gone. So, but if you're still on here, Diane, thanks for joining us. Unfortunately, though, we are at the end of the show. Everyone's saying Happy New Year. Cassandra's saying Happy New Year, everyone. And I'm about to say it, so Happy New Year, everyone. Everybody have a great Happy New Year's And I know we will hear. I love this time of the year. Absolutely love it. Time to kind of refocus, reset everything in my head mentally, and see what I need to do to to go bolder and bigger in the year to come. So Corpus says, Diane, did you just have a birthday? I think I missed giving you love on the Chiller Night page. And then Tom says, Happy New Year all. So here we are, folks. It's 8:58. I will close for the night and for the year, and we'll see you hopefully next Saturday. Happy New Year's to all. Have a good night. Have a good chiller night. We'll see you next year, next week.